Hello and welcome to the normal tarot existing in my house. um, I received my package with all four of the decks and also the guidebook, though where I have placed the guidebook is always anyone's guess at this point. So I just want to do a flip through of all of the cards, and so you can see them side by side by side, side by side by side. Yeah. And just so you can see like kind of what's on the way to you. So these are the box tops. We have the normal tarot 1, the normal tarot 2, normal tarot 2 in gold, and normal tarot 3. This is the official final state of all of them, which is pretty exciting, I have to say. So obviously with the second edition, we had a Caretaker and Okatsu card. So those have to be pulled aside first, and then we get to the Sinner for all four decks. The Morning Queen, the Empty Throne, the Librarian. This is the first time these decks are really being moved around. The Huntress. And as you can tell, obviously these are all unique decks. The first edition and the second edition silver were done by the same artist. The artist, Amy Smith, just updated the original cards into darker and added the silver elements. The gold deck is by Sam Dow. And the third edition was done by Ezra Kimbell. Just in case you were starting to say, wait a minute, those first two look quite alike. They are quite alike. This is the Sorceress. And on to the Traitor. The Book of Flowers. Ooh, we love a Book of Flowers. Ooh, these get different. That's true. Goes to the Masquerade in the new ones. Let me grab that. Silly me, we reorganized how the decks were laid out, so that surely is quite a unique change. Is the Masquerade, look. After the Masquerade, we're in the Dreams. These are the 5 dreams. So we would want the Burning Garden next. Boop. Then the Lantern and the Well, which in the first deck, I want to say was like at the end, wasn't it? Yeah, there's the Dreams. The Lantern and the Well is such a unique and interesting card, and I really love it. It's about like the darkness and the deep darkness that could be in all of us. We have the Ghost. That moves on to the Observatory. Then we get to the Book of Flowers. I really appreciate how different each artist's interpretation is. You get a lovely Book of Flowers here. And then you get Ezra, who inevitably wants a person in it. So there's a person reading the book. Book of Songs. Ooh. There's still new decks, so they're a little stuck together from the edge gilding. We have the Book of War. It's about having all your answers lined up, your plans readied. The Book of the Lost, which really just became so lovely in this version. I love this so much. Good old Book of Losts. The Book of Chaos. I love how different each of these is. Like, these two have something in common for sure, but they're very different. And then Ezra's is like, it's chaos in a very believable way. Like, the book is bound odd and the thing on the cover isn't straight, and it's like, yeah, that's more reasonable for what a chaotic book might be like in the real world. These books look like you wouldn't even be able to open them without them falling apart. We have the Book of Secrets. And then we get to the Kings. Apologies, I am quite obviously being sick. Suicide King. The first edition, we left it the way that has been laid out originally. So the cards are not in the same order, at least when you first get it. We have the Drowned King. Charred King. Love the Charred King. The Lost King. Frozen King. Courteous King. Who doesn't love a courteous king? We have the Betrayed King, who has been stabbed in the back. Then we have the New Moon. Once more, we have moon, and then a person who is also holding the moon. Ezra will always include a people, and it always cracks me up. We have the Waxing Crescent into the first quarter, into the Waxing Gibbous, and then the full moon. We always have to hit the full moon cycle. Look at all these friends. On to the Waning Gibbous. Of course, into the last quarter. And then into our lovely Waning Crescent, as the moon returns to the new moon. All right. Once we move on, we are entering the suits. We have the Winter Solstice. This deck has 4 suits based on the seasons. Second of Winter, Third of Winter, Fourth of Winter. I love this one so much. It feels so like I can feel it. like I'm there and I could smell that air. Oh, I really, really love that so much. The Fifth of Winter. Sixth of Winter. Poor guy. See, I want to use my other hand, but I'm going to keep hitting the camera. Can't be doing that. Seventh of Winter. Eighth of Winter. Everyone loves the Eighth of Winter. It's hard to get much cooler than Skeleton, Frozen up Skeleton. The Ninth of Winter. And the 10th. Now, what makes these suits unique is that in the court, we have the Winter Knight 1, the Winter Knight 2, And then, surprise, it's the Winter Knight 3. In each suit, we have 3 knights that kind of follow their journey. This one dies. And then, as far as the court goes, we have the Winter Lady. We always have the Lady, the Queen, and then the Mother. And it's not, as far as I know, anyways, it's not supposed to be like the Lady, Queen, and Mother are their own journeys too. Where the knight is like the same person. It's like these are different people, but it does do the mother maid and the crone, right? Which I think is delightful. Also, I love the Winter Mother so much. One of my favorite cards. And then we jump into spring. Spring equinox, baby. And the second of spring. And the third. And the fourth. And the fifth. Into the sixth. The sixth will always be one of my favorite ones in the original deck. I just really, really love what Amy did with it. Looks so lovely. Seventh. I love the fish. So nice. On to the eighth. The ninth. The 10th. And then, of course, we're back to the knights. Spring Knight 1, 2, and 3. The Spring Knight is not like about dying horribly, quite like the Winter Knight seemed to be, which I think is nice. It's about this sleeping knight rising up and becoming a foe. We have the Spring Lady, who is kind of a little gremlin, in my opinion. Spring Lady's like maybe not aware of what she needs to be doing yet. We have the Spring Queen. We love a fat queen. Giving to Tanya. And the Spring Mother, who is the lovely crone of spring. We love her. Sorry, I hit the camera again. One of these days I'll learn my lesson. Then we go to summer. We are in the summer solstice. And the second of summer. The third. I love this, going on that journey on the road. Ezra's looks way different than the other ones. The fourth of summer. On to the sixth. I love the plays. I love this one so much. Just peeking out, like not quite ready, maybe. The seventh of summer, which is about resting and eating some food, maybe. The eighth of summer, lovely. Let's make some meals. The ninth, let's bear the burdens. And I love, love, love that. The 10th of summer being like just Jaws holding the sun. These are all so lovely. They're so fun. Summer Night 1, baby. Now we're on to the knights who have glorious hair. That is my main takeaway from the summer nights. They have amazing hair. I mean, you just look at Sam's where the hair is just straight gold foil. It's such a fun effect. Summer Night 3. We love that. On to the Little Summer Lady. That's a very do it for her moment, I think. She's given a Maggie Simpson. The little hair. Summer Queen. Yes. Wield that scythe, honey. We have the Summer Mother, who is Mother, of course. Oh, I love them. They're all so great. I love this one especially. And then we get to the autumn equinox. I really like that Amy stuck with this approach for the equinoxes and solstices, where it's just like a symbol of the thing, and then the sun and the moon. We're in the second of autumn now. The bees, the hands, the owl, all very different. Love that. I love the third of autumn. For so long in the original deck, I thought the third of autumn was scrolls like on a shelf. I did not realize it was wine bottles. And I actually loved that so much. I love this too, knowing that they're actually wine bottles. But in the original deck, I thought they were scrolls. Whoops. The fourth, time to clean up after yourself, maybe make your home a little more survivable for you. We have the fifth of autumn. On to the sixth, gathering in front of the fire with your friends. The seventh is like a chance meeting, a return to an old friendship that you haven't had for a while, maybe. We have the eighth, where it's time for a party. The ninth, where you're partying late into the night. The lanterns overhead. I love that we have lanterns in this, but it's not 9 of them, where they very clearly here and here we're like, we need to do 9. 10th of autumn. It's the pass out afterwards. We partied too hardy. And then, of course, we're into the autumn nights. Autumn night 1. Autumn night 2. Autumn night 3. The Pyrrhic victory. Success, but at what cost? And then we're down into the lady. The queen. All of them quite similar, I must say. Their spears. And the mother. We love a mother. Whoop. Like I said, they're sticking together a little bit just because the edge gilding on some of the decks. I love the book. She's always got her book. And then we get into the 2 Joker cards. The Masterless Knight, who we love and adore. All the weapons on the back. I love what's going on here with like the glowing swords. This will, of course, always be like the original Masterless Knight. And I love that Sam did not feel like they had to do what Amy did. I love that it's a different take. And then we get to the Nameless Goddess, who is the patron of the Caretaker. And that's us. That's the whole deck. That's all 4 versions. The number 1, the number 2 silver, number 2 gold, and the number 3. And that is the normal tarot.